Have you ever wanted to download a resource pack or install a couple of mods without needing to leave your game? Well, I made the tool just for you, and I guarantee you probably heard about it. So in my main project called Koil, also, on the channel you're currently on, I added something called content managers. Every single one of these buttons manages a different section of your content within your game. This button right here manages your resource pack. This manages your mods, your data packs, and your shaders. Now, the data packs button will only show up when you're operator in a server and when you're on your own world where you can actually edit and manage the data packs. But inside of every single content screen, you can download more of that content from within it. So say I wanted to download the bare bones resource pack. I just literally go to the download resource packs, select bare bones, or type it if I want to, install, go back, enable it, and reload. And just like that, I just installed the bare bones resource pack all without leaving my game. Now, you might see that this texture pack is obviously formatted for a newer version of the game, as I'm only on 1.20.1. So let's remove it now, which is also super easy. You just go inside of your resource pack screen again, and then press delete. And then after pressing delete again, and then pressing reload, everything will revert back to the way you had it before. Same thing goes with your mods. Inside of your mods, there's an additional button though that most of these content screens don't have, and that's the config button. This overall feature is in development. It is a little bit buggy on the formatting side, and I'm currently still working on it. But inside of here, you can look at the config for any mod. For example, we'll look at the camera UTL mod config. I can open up the config settings to any single mod that has a config file that Koil can find. Koil is very persistent when finding these config files. If it's even named after your mod or has a folder named after your mod, it'll pair it up with your mod and it'll be attached as a config file that you can edit. So let's take a look at the config for the camera UTLs mod. Opening it up, you can see that it's already been formatting a couple of these options in a special way. Like these are sliders right here. As you saw up here, these are double sliders, and this is actually a vector cluster graph with only 2 nodes on it, to my knowledge. So 2 different nodes. And I can select them and drag them around to my liking. And inside of these, I can scroll just to change the values. Same with these. If I don't want these changes that I just did, I can middle click on these and they'll go away. Koil's config screen supports a bunch of different config types. It also supports a bunch of different formatting options for hex codes to RGB, RGBA, all of the color, like packed colors, booleans, strings. It understands what a graph is. It understands what a item registry is. So if your config involves needing a valid item ID, Koil will automatically provide the tools to make sure that they are giving a valid item ID inside your config. Your data packs is again linked to your world that you are in, so you can download more data packs into your world and run them. And your shader packs content screen is the same thing as the rest, except this one currently has a config button that's not fully made yet. This config screen will soon look exactly like it is for the mod menu, but right now it's going to go through Iris's config screen. But that will be changed in the future. The shader pack screen is different from the rest of content screens, as shader packs don't provide enough metadata for me to render them as easily as I can, like a resource pack or a data pack or a mod. Because shader packs, they don't have any images. None of these have any images inside of them that will let me use as an icon, or they don't have any file inside of them that I can use as a description as well. They have no metadata with them, just a bunch of VSH, CSH, and etc. files for shaders. So I'm having it pull information from Modrinth to properly show your information inside your content screen. Other than that, that is exactly how you can download anything and remove anything that you currently have installed on your instance, all without needing to leave your game. That's all for this one. See you to the next one. Thank you.